Evening, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday night presentation. Amanda and I are going to do a speed presentation this evening. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Merle Westcott. I'm a Senior Presidential Director in LifeWave. I joined in December 2022, and I'll tell you my story when we get to the testimonies. I'll be presenting with Amanda Ace this evening. And Amanda, would you like to introduce yourself before we get going?
Hi everybody, my name is Amanda Ice. I live in Grootbroek, and actually Friday will be my 1 year anniversary in LifeWave. So I'm very excited about it, and it changed my life completely. So I'm very excited, and yes, shall I tell my story later on as well, Mel, or
Yeah,
do
I
you
think
want
so.
to?
No, I think we'll
Okay,
keep those for testimonies. So let's get
okay.
into the presentation. I will be doing the product part. Amanda will do the business, and we're going to get going. So, right, let me just change display settings. Right, there we go. I don't know why it went off speaker. Anyway, the first question we always ask is, have you been patched yet? Now, I think today everybody on the call has been patched, but for those of you who are watching the recording, if you haven't been patched yet, you really want to get started because our patches elevate, activate, and regenerate your body. Now, we can't talk about LifeWave without talking about David Schmidt, who's our CEO and the inventor of X39. David's not a medical doctor, but he does have a degree in human biology. He now has over 200 patents, which was mentioned on the corporate call last week, where David was talking about the water machine. He specializes in age reversing. Well, since 2008, he has. And that was when he focused all his attention on stem cell research because that was the direction the pharmaceutical industry was going. The patent for X39 took 10 years and $4.5 million to bring to market. So what does a patent mean? Patent means that no other company can copy what we have. And our X39 patent was only registered in 2020, so we have 15 years left on the patent. And that's really important. And of course, when you have a patent, everything has to be proved. So what does our patent for X39 say? It says it's an embodiment as a result of elevating copper peptides, including the activation of stem cells, improvement in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvement in stamina, elevation of collagen production, and improved wound healing. And stem cells, as we know, can become any cell in the body. And in this case, people always ask, are there stem cells in the patches? Even though we say there aren't. No, there aren't. The patches work. We'll talk about how they work just now, but they activate or they elevate copper peptides, and the copper peptides are what activate the stem cells. And that's what's really important. So why the X39 stem cell activation patch? The fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. So hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging. At age 30, only half your stem cells are active. And by 60, you lose almost all stem cell activity. So how does X39 work? So it's a proprietary form of phototherapy. And as we know, phototherapy is light therapy. So an example would be the sun hits your skin and it sends a signal into the body and you manufacture vitamin D, or the light therapy that jaundice babies are put under. So this works with the light from our own bodies, so the low-level infrared light, and it's like a mirror. It hits the nanocrystal technology in the patch, and that sends a signal back in the body. So it reflects the light to activate. It's non-transdermal, which is very exciting. There are no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants, and it's non-invasive. So it's just sending a signal into the body to start the right chemical reaction so that we elevate our copper peptides. Nothing is going into the body. It's just a signal. What are the benefits of X39? Now, many of us who've joined LifeWave have experienced one or two or many of the benefits, and they range from increased strength, more mental clarity, reduction of inflammation, restored muscle or skeletal conditions, increased stamina, improvement of sleep. It's a big one for so many people because when you have better sleep, you heal better. Energy and vitality, improved skin appearance. So you achieve optimal health, a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. So LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. And I'm just throwing in that disclaimer here so you all know that it's your body doing the healing. It's not the patches that do it. The patches are just the mechanism. Now, this is very exciting. Again, technology. So the patches are technology and the topography map is also technology. So through this technology, we can look at a brain of a 77-year-old woman. Now, this woman happens to be a yoga teacher, and session one, she hasn't been patched at all. And you can see the inflammation in her brain. So that red area, the red and orange area, is all inflammation in her brain, which means that there's a lack of brain coherence. They then start patching her with X39, which if you haven't seen it, it looks like a tiny little plaster. It's a little round disc. They place it on the back of the neck, and she wears it 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So they start patching her. 3 weeks later, they do another scan. And at 3 weeks later, there's no more inflammation. So you can see by session 2, no more inflammation, and there's improved brain coherence. Then at session 3, which is 6 weeks of patching, there's a complete turnaround with better brain coherence. Now, obviously, the longer she patches, the better this is going to be. And she was just one person in the study whose topography maps we're looking at, but everybody in the study had similar results. So what are the long-term results? Now, these long-term results are all clinically proven, and you can find them all on the case studies on thisisatinfo.com, which is our team website. We're part of this is a team set up by Stephen Gina Merritt. Now, in the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Now, anybody who knows anything about genes knows that that is absolutely unbelievable. There's nothing else that can reset 4,000 genes within the first few days. Within 6 weeks, as we've just seen, the brain becomes balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Now, everyone thinks about nails, hair, skin when it comes to collagen, but collagen is so much more. It's everything that holds us together. So it's involved with the lining of our gut, holding our organs together, our cartilage, our ligaments, our muscles. We need collagen for everything. So within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. Again, a clinical study. And so this is why David Schmidt says this is not anti-aging, it's age reversing. And it's really important to note that it's age reversing. So we're actually becoming younger. So how do we wear X39? Now, the picture on the right shows the 2 most common placements, back of the neck and under the navel. But you can put X39 anywhere on the body. You can actually put it on the area of pain. So you wear your patch 12 hours on and 12 hours off to repair and rejuvenate. Then you throw the patch away, or a lot of people then patch their pets or their children or even their plants, anything that emits light. And the next day you put on a new patch and you repeat. Now, why only 12 hours on? And why do we have 12 hours off? It's because of attenuation. If you wear it for 24 hours a day, your body becomes used to that frequency and it's no longer as effective. You can wear more than one patch at a time, and we don't mean more than one X39 at a time because cost effective, it makes no sense. But we do have supplementary patches, things like Eon for inflammation, IceWave for pain. You can wear supplementary patches along with your X39. And then when we talk about only wearing for a 12-hour period, it doesn't mean we can't use another patch. For example, aloe vera. I've got it here because at the moment I'm living and working out of the same room. And aloe vera helps with sleep, but it's also really good for skin. But it's a nighttime patch. You would never wear aloe vera during the day. So you wear that for 12 hours at night. We've also got silent night. Then it's really important to drink plenty of water. And if possible, to take electrolytes, because dehydration means that your patches are not going to work as effectively as they should work. Now, X39 is so sophisticated, yet it's so simple to explain. The testimonies are life-changing and emotional. And the best thing about X39 is it absolutely works. So we're going to go back to a few testimonies. And I said at the beginning, I would tell you what happened to me. So in the first week of me patching, my shoulder, which I had injured in 2012, improved so dramatically that for the first time since 2012, I could actually sleep with my arm under a pillow. I couldn't do that for years. I could do tricep dips again. I could do all kinds of things. I have had times over the last 2 years where my shoulders felt like it's getting worse. Then I'll go to my chiro again. I used to go at least twice a month. Now I hardly ever go. But go to the chiro again, have some adjustments, and I can say that 2 years later, it's even better than in that first week. I would now say it's completely healed. My husband had repaired to his knee. He'd had a cartilage op, that the pain in his knee improved first. Then he had a hernia op. He recovered much faster than any of his friends. And his most recent thing that's improved is that he had a hereditary gum disease. He's had it since his 20s. Well, it was diagnosed in his 20s. His late mother had to have triangles of gum cut out between each tooth and then the gum stitched because the teeth stay where they should stay, but the gums get bigger in the mouth. That's what this disease does. And 2 years in, his dentist can see no trace of it at all. And he used to have to do all kinds of different things to keep it at bay and to delay that surgery. Last week, I did my yearly blood tests. I have an underactive thyroid. In my first 4 months of patching, my thyroid improved enough to reduce my tetroxin by half, and my thyroid results have improved again this year. So I'll see my doctor tomorrow or the next day, and again, my results have improved. So that's my story, and I'm going to hand over to Amanda so she can tell you her story, and then we'll see who else would like to share.
So my name is Amanda Ice, and I heard about LifeWave exactly a year ago, or January a year ago, and I thought it was a lot of nonsense. Was not interested, but March, actually this year, this week, last year, I went on a boat trip, and I came back with a gift of COVID. And yeah, I got very, very sick. And after 4 weeks, I could still not get out of bed. I could not work. If I put makeup on, I was out of breath. And I said, after 4 weeks, I said to my husband, just come and walk with me because I was so stuck in the house for 4 weeks. And we walked for 150 meters and I was totally out of breath. My heart wanted to jump out of my chest. And that's a scary place to be if you are an entrepreneur and you have to work for yourself and earn an income and you can't even walk 150 meters. And by then, my sister had already started on the patches, got great results. She got off anti-inflammatories after 30 years on anti-inflammatories. She's pain-free. And I still didn't believe in it, but I was so desperate. I was desperate, but I still didn't even think of patching because I didn't have money for that. And then my sister gave me some patches, and I put the first patch on my back of my neck, the X39, and I immediately had a thick head. I couldn't think. It's like a type of detox. But half an hour later, I fell asleep. I woke up 2 hours later and there was nothing wrong with me. And I didn't believe it because it doesn't make sense. But the next day I could go to church without a problem. And the Monday I thought, let me go and walk. And I went walking on the farm where it's a lot of mountains, went walking with my dog. We walked 1.5 kilos in the mountains, no problem. And 4 days later, when I looked on my watch, I'd already walked 9,000 steps. So that was just life changing. And since then, I've patched so many people and had great results. And I kept on patching because I understood that this works whether I see it or not, regardless of the fact that I had great results in the beginning. And then after 2, 3 months, I found that I was sleeping amazingly. Even now, when my husband says to me, how did you sleep last night? Because that was like always the question. How did you sleep last night? And I was like, oh, I had a great sleep. It's just so wonderful. So my skin has improved. And what I know is that if my skin improves on the outside, that you can see what is happening on the inside that you can't see. My heels are now soft for the first time in my life. And when I went for blood tests a while back, I didn't know that there was anything wrong with me, but then they told me that my kidney functions had improved. So I'm very, very excited and very grateful for that. Thank you, Mo. I'd love to give it over to somebody else to tell their story now.
Thanks, Amanda. Caroline, I'll hand over to you for a quick testimony.
Yeah, I'll do a little English version here. I know you guys are English, but in the beginning, when I started on these Zooms, I found it really hard to understand both of you.
Oh,
So
really?
I'll do a Danish English accent instead of a South African English accent. But anyway, yes, I started a year ago as well, and I was, as everybody else, very skeptical to begin with. But I was recommended by a very good friend, actually someone that Adrian signed up, and I trusted her very much. So I thought, if she this is okay, it will be okay. And I did a little bit of checking, obviously myself as well. I had a very stiff knee that I couldn't bend for years and years, and I tried lots of different things, and I just couldn't. And I remember doing a Qigong teacher training class, and I saw my teacher squatting and then sitting down on her bottom and then getting up again without using her hands. And she's just turned 60, and I just thought, that's just never going to happen again in my life. And 3 months later, after having patched, I was doing exactly that. I was able to squat, I was able to sit down and get up without using my hands. And I couldn't actually believe it. So that was my first really big win. But it wasn't actually my first because before that, it took a while for me to feel anything. But in three weeks in, I was really starting to notice my sleep and energy changing. And my sleep is really, really good still, and just aches and pains in general going away. And funnily enough, talking about dentist, Merle, I was at the hygienist yesterday, and she used to always give me a bit of a hard time because I had a bit of bleeding and I had a bit of this and that. She said, last 2 times I've been, she said, oh, they look really good, your teeth. And I said, less inflammation? Yeah, definitely, she said. So I'm like, yeah, that must be the patches, I said. And she walked off with my card. So definitely a change in my gums as well. So I just keep finding little new things that I haven't noticed. And of course, lots of people that I'm patching are also having amazing results. So that's me.
Thanks, Caroline. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. But it's always amazing how things do improve, and now things like your hygienist sees them and then
Exactly.
becomes interested, where they might
Mm.
not have before.
Mhm.
Okay, so everything I've spoken about, if you're new to LifeWave, I would visit the site. This is at info.com, where you will find so much information. You can dip into it as much or as little as you like. You'll find the patents, you'll find medical studies, you'll find an interview with David Schmitz, a little video on how phototherapy works, an interview with Dr. Leyland Stillman, where he explains how he now uses patches in his medical practice instead of stem cell injections. There is a medical panel at the bottom, and there are all sorts of testimonies. So that's it from me. I'm going to hand over to Amanda.
Thank you, Mo. So when I started looking into the business opportunity of LifeWave, I was very scared that this was going to be a scam, and I had to make big decisions. So I had to make sure that the company that I wanted to get involved with was true and wouldn't just run away with my money or just fold within 2 months or something like that. So getting this information was really great for me. So I found that LifeWave was already 20 years old, open in 75 plus countries. What's great is that there are lots and lots of other wonderful companies with wonderful products out there, but they all have other people that do the same thing, probably for cheaper, maybe not the best products, not the same products, but there's something cheaper. So when the economy starts hitting people, they go for the cheaper options, even though it might not be the better option. But with LifeWave, I found that we are the only people that are able, because of the patents, we are the only people who are able to sell these products. So we really have a unique place in the market. So that was really great. And then what was fantastic is to see the growth in this company. By 2021, the company was worth about $20 million, but it just grew. You can see there in 2022, 320 million, 2023, $430 million, and in 2024, over $600 million. So it's been growing. The momentum is incredible. And this basically, a lot of that happened when X39 came onto the market, because it's just like a bomb. It's just the best thing that you can get. That's all you have to do. Just put that patch in the back of your neck and everything just happens for you. So since that came onto the market, this company has just been growing from strength to strength, and it's really absolutely awesome. Thank you, Mo. And for a year or two, three now already, LifeWave has been ranked the #1 momentum company in the world This is per businessforhome.org, and that's for direct selling organizations, network companies. And the growth for the last 2 or 3 years has been 3,000%, which is incredible. So this is really a fantastic company. I always say, if so many people spend their money and just keep on spending it, something is definitely working. So this is just a picture of one of the rewards, the Bravo Growth Award that we received for being the best momentum company in the world. So when you are here, the question is, why are you here today? And what is the most important thing in your life? What is your goals? What's your dreams? What would you like to change in your life? Something with your family, maybe. Maybe you want more time, more freedom, better security in your life. Financial security is quite a big thing. Maybe you want to travel the world. I think we all want better health. We don't want debt. And LifeWave can really help you achieve these things. So let's see how that can happen for you. So the compensation plan is really simple. Sometimes it's so simple we can't understand it because we try and make it so difficult for ourselves. But it's a binary system. There's just 2 legs. If you introduce people to the business plan, but also to the company, you will join them just on 2 legs, left leg, right leg, left leg, right leg. And it's as simple as that. Everybody is under those 2 legs, and that what the result of that is that whatever your upline does helps you, whatever your downlines do help you, because they are all in the same 2 legs. And I'm not going to go into detail for that. You can speak to the person who invited you here, and they will explain to you exactly how that works. But just know that there is an amazing opportunity, and there are different ways to earn in LifeWave. The first way is you will get, the moment that you join LifeWave, you will get your own online website, and you can start retailing to people. I don't know about many people that retail, but you can, because there are just so many easier ways. But you get your online website, people will just buy from you. Don't have to have any, you don't have to carry stock or anything. And then you can, as you bring people into your team and into the company, you will also get a product introduction bonus, according to how much products they start with. And then there's the cycle bonuses, which means that you and your team work together and you get rewarded for what you and your team do together. And then there's the matching cycle bonuses, where you, as you help the people in your team to grow, you will be rewarded. And that's so great. And that's why everybody's helping everybody. And on this group here today, there's lots of people from different teams, but we are all helping each other, and that is really great. And then, of course, there are always rewards and overseas trips and things like that. But the person who invited you will explain in more detail how the compensation plan works. Just know that it actually works. It's wonderful. It's great. It's life-changing. So I'm not going to go into this. The matching bonuses, it's just saying that as you help the people in your team to grow and to be successful, you will be rewarded. And we want everybody to succeed. And there's more than enough people that will help you to succeed. If you want to do this, somebody will be able to help you and want to help you. So how can you start? When you want the products, what can you do? There are different enrollment options. These are the most valuable ones. The core option is great. David Schmidt suggests that we always start for at least 3 months to give these products, the patches, the chance to work. So the core option, you will pay only $295 for 3 sleeves of X39. So if you were going to buy these X39 sleeves at retail price, you would pay $150. But when you go onto this enrollment options, you will only pay $100 per sleeve. So here you can see it's only $295 for 3 sleeves. But if you go to the advanced option, you get it for for much cheaper. It's only $535 for 6 sleeves. And for the serious entrepreneur, there's the premium option where you can get 20 sleeves for $1,750. What is great with these options is that you can mix and match. So for every X39, one X39, you can exchange that for 2 of the secondary sleeves. So this makes it even cheaper to get your products. And that is really a great way to start and make sure that you get the best results in your body. Ideally, you would want to stay active by getting 1 or 2 sleeves in a month, so you can set an automatic order, and it's very easy. LifeWave will deduct the money from your account and just send it to you, and you will never run out of your products. So, but the person inviting you here will explain more of that to you. And then Merle was saying about thisisitinfo.com website, where you can learn everything you want to know about the products, the clinical trials, the patents, everything that you want to know, testimonies. There are a huge amount of information on there. But once you become a part of this company, you also have access to the thisisitteam.com website. And there you will learn how to speak to people, how to help other people, how to build your team, how to build your wealth and your financial future, make a difference in your financial future. So everything that you need to succeed will be given to you, is available, and there will always be somebody who wants to help you to succeed. So now is the time to make your move. The question is, are you serious about your dream? The reason that you are here, are you serious about that? And we are here to tell you that there is hope for your future. All you have to do is you get started, you patch X39, you get a result, you tell people about it, and you invite them to these Zoom calls, because everything is done for you already. And here people will hear the excitement, they will get inspired, you will get the testimonies. So you don't even have to be clever, you don't have to know much. All you have to do is patch yourself, get a fantastic result, be excited, and then you can go out and change the world and change many, many lives, and change your life and change your family's life. So that is LifeWave. And thank you, Merle. Back to you. And it's great everybody being here. Thank you, Merle. Giving it
Thanks
over
so
to
much,
you.
Amanda. It's so lovely to present with you always. And
Thank
if
you.
anybody wants to know all about the comp plan, we can direct you to a video that explains it in great detail. But just get going. Don't think you have to understand it all. I didn't have a clue. I signed up for the product only. I saw David Schmidt talking. I signed up for the product. I was never building a business. And now I'm a senior presidential director. It just happens because you can't help but share. So thanks everybody for being with us this evening. And we hope to see you in our LifeWave team soon.